Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel Held Dominance. Anthony here. Please remember to like and subscribe, and also click the notification bell if you enjoy what you're seeing and if you want to see more. Coming up, Leeds announced Smith as their new head coach, but not the one that you think. But that one's made an announcement as well. So we start tonight's episode with a bit of breaking news, as Tony Smith has announced that he will be standing down as Hull Kingston Rovers coach at the end of this season. Smith made the surprise announcement at the beginning of a pre-match press conference on Wednesday morning that he will be leaving at the end of his contract, having not agreed an extension with the Robins. Smith was quick to insist that he has not agreed on terms with another club for 2023 and shot down perhaps inevitable speculation. His announcement meant that he was lined up for the role at former club Leeds Rhinos. More on that in a little while, saying that he has nothing lined up beyond this year, and his focus is on the Rovers for the rest of 2022, but it's the best thing for himself and the club to part company. I won't be coaching here beyond the end of the year. I'm going to step aside and hand it on to the next person to pick up, he said. It's the best thing for the organisation. I've enjoyed coaching this special group of players, and I love the support I've been given here by all of the supporters. It's been great. Before anyone asks, I've not got a new job at Leeds, and I won't be getting announced into another job. It's just a decision I've come to. I haven't been in negotiations. We've not been talking about money. It's just the right thing to do. Smith, though, has revealed he has not had the influence he would perhaps hoped for at Rovers, insisting that it was not healthy for himself and the Robins to stay beyond this year. I haven't been able to have the influence I'd like to have on the entire organisation, and sometimes that happens within organisations, he said. Not everyone are best friends, and some people operate better without other people around, and I'm hoping that's the case. It's not healthy for the club, and it's not healthy for me either. Smith reiterated that he has no desire to take a break from the game like he did when he left Warrington, and desires to find a coaching job in 2023. With that, he's saying, I've got my mojo back, and the energy, my passion, and all the things are intact, he said. I don't need to freshen up. I'm bouncing in terms of energy, and the players have been a great bunch. They've helped me re-energize myself, and they've energized me. I want to keep going. It's a shame it's not with this group. I've got so much time and respect for them, and they're enjoyable to work with. While all this was being worked out, whether that was the contract extension until the end of 2023 for Smith, HKR have been talking about Anthony Searbold, an ex-HKR player and current England Rugby Union defensive coach working under Eddie Jones, could be the man to take Rovers forward from the end of the season. The 47-year-old played for Rovers between 2003 and 2004, and he first worked as a head coach at NRL side South Sydney Rabbitohs in 2017 to 2018, winning the Daily M Coach of the Year in his first season after guiding the Bunnies to third place in the NRL. He subsequently made a move to Brisbane Broncos, where things didn't go to plan under his watch. Brisbane suffered the two biggest defeats in their history and picked up their first wooden spoon ever. He walked from the club during the 2020 season. Searbold then made the move to England and joined up with the England's coaching staff in Rugby Union, and had loosely been linked with the Leeds role, but he is not expected to take that position at Headingley. More on that in a few moments. For Rovers, Smith's contracts are becoming a more pressing issue as May the 1st draws closer, and clubs can start negotiating for players from that date, and there's a feeling that Smith's future needed to be resolved before that time. So the man could be just down the road in rugby union and a former player. We'll see if that comes about. But it's all interesting if this is the coach earmarked just in case Tony Smith didn't sign the contract. Leeds Rhinos have announced the appointment of their new head coach, and it's Northern Suburbs coach Rowan Smith, who comes in on a 3.5-year deal. Smith, who was a Bradford Bulls coach between 2016 and 2017, joins up with Leeds Rhinos after Gary Hetherington had made the announcement. Smith joins the Rhinos from reigning Queensland Cup champions Norths Devils, having worked with a host of NRL clubs throughout his coaching career. Rowan is the son of former Hull and Bradford coach Brian Smith and nephew of former Leeds head coach Tony Smith. So, pedigree impeccable. Understandably, with the whole family pedigree of coaching, Rowan Smith has always had a keen interest in coaching and enabling players to fulfil their potential. His first opportunity in the professional game came with the New Zealand Warriors back in 2003, where he was the video analysis guy for Daniel Anderson, which led him to the opportunity with the Kiwis national side. He then moved to England to work with London Broncos. Before a return to Australia in 2007, he became the assistant coach with the Newcastle Knights, working alongside his father. He had a brief spell as head coach of Tonga during this period, before moving to Sydney Roosters between 2010 and 2012. In 2013, he moved to Penrith Panthers before returning to the New Zealand Warriors for a second spell in 2014. And in 2015, Gold Coast Titans was his next port of call as the assistant coach before an opportunity arose to become the head coach of the Bradford Bulls in the Championship. His time at the Bulls was marred with the club's off-the-field financial issues for the Odsal club. However, Smith's reputation continued to grow after impressing the players he worked with, including the current Rhinos academy coach, Chev Walker, who was his assistant at Bradford Bulls. His next head coach role came with the North Devils in Queensland Cup, Brisbane's Broncos affiliation club. Norths are one of the oldest rugby league clubs in Australia, but have had not won the Queensland Cup for 18 years before he took over, despite an illustrious history that's seen the likes of Cameron Smith, Cooper Cronk and Billy Slater play for the club. He set about transforming the team and led them to glory last year in the grand final win against the Wynnum Manly Seagulls. Seagulls even. On the appointment, it was Leeds Rhinos chief executive Gary Hetherington who commented, "We are extremely pleased to have secured one of the most exciting young coaches in the game at present. Rowan Smith is highly regarded both in England and in Australia, and is someone who is passionate about coaching and most importantly for us, excited about developing our players and a winning culture and environment. I would like to thank Norths Devils and Brisbane Broncos in allowing us to speak to Rowan about our vacancy. I know both clubs rate Rowan extremely highly, not just because of his coaching philosophies, but how he has transferred that into a winning team at the Devils. At the outset, I stated this was one of the most important appointments in our club's history. I would like to thank our supporters and partners for their patience during this period, but it was vital that we spoke to all interested parties, both here in England and overseas. Through the process, Rowan Smith was the outstanding candidate for the role, and I am personally delighted to have agreed the deal to bring him to Headingley." The new Leeds Rhinos head coach added, "I'm excited about the opportunity and really looking forward to getting back to the UK. The opportunity to be head coach in the Super League is something I've always aspired to do, and especially with a club with such rich history in the game, and a proud tradition of developing talent through their academy. As a development-minded coach, when I look back on my career, the clubs that I have enjoyed working at the most are those who develop their own, and I know that is a part of the Rhinos way. One of the best things about rugby league is the relationship you build with players, and I'm looking forward to reconnecting with a number of guys I've worked with previously who are all at the Rhinos now. But also, I'm excited to meeting and working with everyone else as well. I love coaching and helping players, young and old, to get better. As a coach, you want to help them in their journey in their footy and in life, and I'm really looking forward to getting over to Leeds and starting to work with the guys. And that's it for this late night episode, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe, and also click that notification bell for any updates like this one, which will come to you as soon as possible. I know there's 2 episodes. I know that you're going to get a link for the other episode around here, I think. So go and watch that. But thank you for tuning in again, those who have, and already watched it, and those who haven't, thank you very much for tuning in into this one. In the meantime, please stay safe, all the best, and I'll see you in the next episode.